This is real finger-licking good chicken. Jeera Chicken Wings, my most requested dish. So good you're going to mop up every last bit of it. In fact, they're so good, I'm not even going to give you an intro. I'm just going to ask you to like and subscribe to this video before you fall in love with it, because this is going to change your world. Are you ready? I am. Let's get cracking. So let's kick off with our ingredients, and as usual, less is more. As you can see, everything is fresh and vibrant. So we had our coriander and onions. Here's our key ingredient, our cumin, our jeera, and our secret ingredient here is black pepper. This is going to give us our heat. Now we're going to move on to a bit of turmeric. Now it's not necessary, but I love putting turmeric in everything I cook. Salt, of course, for flavour. You cannot live without the salt. And this is our second secret ingredient. This is ghee, clarified butter. And of course we've got our chicken wings, nicely trimmed up there by our butcher, which was me in this case. Remember, all the ingredients and links are in the description below, so don't worry if you miss anything. Just sit back and enjoy the video for now. So we're going to move on to a little bit of preparation, and for this we're literally got to just peel back our onions like this. And now we're going to drop them into my favourite kitchen gadget. It's my Kenwood mini chopper. The link to this is in the description below. They cost about £20, absolute bargain and an absolute must for every kitchen. So we're going to blend these up until we've got like a nice finely chopped consistency. This is exactly what we want here. So we haven't gone for the complete pulverized look. We want a nice little bit of a bite there. These are perfect. So do this to the rest of the onions, and when you're done with those, grab the coriander. No need to wash out the pot. Don't forget any of the coriander, of course. Drop into the Kenwood mini chopper. Again, give this a nice chopped finish. Once again, we're going for this kind of look here. This is perfect. Nice rough cut. Add these to the onions and put them on the side. Oh, and a little tip here. Drop a little bit of water into the pot. Don't waste any of this goodness. We're going to use this in a bit. Next is to grab your pan. I love using woks. Mine's a little bit battered. You'll see that in a minute. Put the heat on high and get that ghee. Now this clarified butter is going to taste amazing. You'll taste the goodness of this. We're going to drop in about 2, maybe 3 tablespoons of ghee. I want to get our special ingredient. So that's our jeera. So jeera is cumin. These are cumin seeds. Now, as with most whole spices, they taste better when they're roasted off a bit. So we're going to drop these into the ghee, and you'll see them fizzing up. Now, fizzing up is one of the special things that only cumin does, really. Next up is our black pepper, and I'm using cracked or crushed black pepper here. This is going to give us a lovely heat. Now, this really is a secret ingredient that a lot of people miss out of their jeera chickens. Drop that in, mix that up with the cumin. Next up is our chopped onions from before. Drop this into the hot spiced ghee. Now I cannot underestimate how important this step is. Lower the heat down and mix these onions in, and then let them cook. Keep them moving. Take it about 5 or 10 minutes until you get this lovely brown colour. This caramelization is where a lot of the flavour is going to come from in this dish. Next up is our turmeric. So we're going to just drop that in. I love adding turmeric to everything I cook. You probably noticed that by now. Again, next up is our salt. Drop these two into our caramelized onion and give them a really good mix. Stir them in really well. If they're looking a bit dry or they're sticking to the pan, don't worry, we've got that herby water, remember? So deglaze the bottom of the pan with a couple of tablespoons of this. It's only going to add more flavour. This looks perfect. Give a little taste for balance and you'll see what I mean about those onions and that cumin. Now this is where our chopped coriander goes in. Just drop it all into the pan and give it a really good mix with that gorgeous onion spice mix. Give it another little taste for balance. Yeah, perfect. Right, so now we're ready for our chicken, and we're going to use our chicken wings. Now I've got these from my butcher. They have skin on, so as you can see here, a little bit of prep to chop off a little bit of the excess skin. Now you don't have to, but it just makes it a little bit leaner, and there's still plenty of flavour, as you can see. When you've done so, drop them into the pan. Just move the onions to one side and let the chicken hit the bottom of the pan. Put the heat up high and stir in that lovely gorgeous onion mix just like this. Get that spicy onion mix into every nook and cranny of these wings and keep it going. Keep the heat up high and watch the chicken turn white. Then just literally drop the wings to the bottom of the pan. Let them touch as much of the metal as possible and get the lid on. Slightly lower the heat and let them cook for about 10 to 15 minutes with a couple of stirs in between. You'll see the colour changing every time you stir them. Great time to smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, guys. Really appreciate it. It really helps us. Back to the cooking, and just like that, there we go. 12-15 minutes is up, and just check out these bad boys. Check out how lovely and brown they've become. All the fat has begun to melt off and it's blended into the sauce. Absolutely delicious. So the next step now, I'm going to cook with the lid off and we're going to dry fry them. Going to get a little bit more colour in there. So the chicken is cooked. I'm going to slap the heat on really high and keep stirring these. Just keep them moving and watch how they brown up. Absolutely delicious. If you need to add a little bit more liquid in, remember there's a little bit more of that herby water. Just drop it in and help deglaze the pan. After about 3 or 4 minutes, you'll have these gorgeous, lovely chicken wings coated in our beautiful cumin, onion and ghee sauce. Absolutely delicious. Make sure the chicken is completely cooked through and then serve up on a nice big plate like this. Make sure you get all those lovely, juicy, gnarly bits out of the bottom of the pan. All that burnt, caramelized onion. That's where all the flavour is. Get it all out there. Excuse me, I'm just going to have to taste this one more time. Oh my god, so buttery, salty, spicy. Oh my, this literally is the best chicken wing dish that you will have, honestly. I've garnished them with a little bit of fresh coriander and I'm going to admire them just for a sec, because trust me, these things are so Moorish. Watch how they disappear in seconds. Absolutely delicious. What did I tell you? Gone in seconds. Finger licking good. What? Can't waste this. Just look how good it is. Scrumptious. So that's my Jeera chicken wings, guys. My favourite on the bone dish. Absolutely delicious. I'm so glad you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching it to the end. Remember, we've got an even more juicier video coming up right now, so stay tuned. See you in a sec.